As you've noticed from the title of this video, it's kind of saddened that during this Memorial weekend, that this is the basically the penultimate golden hour pick four. Um, this is my favorite horse racing bet, and it consists of the last two races at Santa Anita Park and Golden Gate Fields. And as Santa Anita Park has its closing weekend meet tomorrow, and with the impending closure of Golden Gates Field, this is the second to the last Golden Hour pick four. So I've said it on past videos. This bet has been very has been very favorite to me. I was gonna say very profitable, um, but when I do win, I win pretty big. So that's why I like this bet. I'll be honest, I've lost more than I've won, but when I hit it, it becomes pretty big, and that's probably why this is like my um, favorite type of bet. And I'm gonna miss it because of Golden Gate Field's closing pretty soon. So I'll make the best of it. And and reason why it's my favorite type of bet is because, given that this is a $1 wager, I really focus on horses that has the opportunity to hit to win their respective races. In addition, I don't bet a lot. It actually focuses you to not bet a lot and focus on the horses. If it was a 50-cent pick four, I'd probably be more uh, liberal in terms of picking my horses. Um, but with the $1 pick four, yeah, it actually really focuses you in terms of what prioritizing what horses you feel that could actually hit win their race, and not just be in love with the long shots. So with that in mind, I'm gonna give you my choices for the penultimate golden hour pick four on this Sunday, the day before Memorial Day. And the first race is in Santa Anita for the first leg. And that first leg is race number 9 in Santa Anita, which is the Santa Margarita. It's a mile and 16th mile and an eighth race on dirt, and there are 5 horses in the field. And the favorite in this race is Adaria Manor. I'm sorry if I am pronouncing this incorrectly. This horse is 3 to 5, and the last 2 races um, has over 100 or over buyer speed figures. Given this is a 5 horse field, and the odds on Adair Manor is 3 to 5, I would probably single this bet normally. Um, and because sometimes when you have pick fours, if you have a short field in one of the legs with a major um, heavy favorite, it's probably might be best to single. However, that was last night. I am going to play another horse. There were a couple horses I was planning to pick. One was number 3, Coffee in Bed, who's actually who's ran in a couple stakes races, and actually finished second in its last graded stakes. I also thought about number 2, Super Shine, whose last race finished second. Actually finished second to Coffee in Bed in the Santa Maria Stakes. Even though Coffee in Bed won its last graded stakes race, the horse I'm going to pick alongside a Deer Manor is going to be Blue Dream Machine. A horse like this normally at 12 to 1 with a short field, I normally wouldn't pick. However, there is one reason why I'm picking this horse, and it has to do with pedigree. Hence my name in terms of when I handicap this race. I look at this from a pedigree standpoint, and this is a graded stakes race. So usually graded stakes races, I look at it from the pedigree. And if you look at the sire, Arrogate unfortunately had only 3 crops, but yet those 3 crops, he has produced a Kentucky Oaks winner, a Preakness Stakes winner, and the Belmont Stakes winner. And the Preakness Stakes winner was just recently was Seize the Gray, and the Belmont Stakes winners was last year was Archangelo. Um, so from a pedigree standpoint, I am picking him alongside because of the sire Arrogate. In addition, his broodmare sire Bernardini is a very well-established broodmare sire. In fact, he was the 2022 leading broodmare sire. So with Arrogate on top and Bernardini in the bottom, he's going to be the second horse I'm going to pick in this first leg of the Golden Hour Pick 4. The second leg is the Golden Hour Pick 4 is race 7 at Golden Gate Fields, and given the fact I'm going to play two horses in the first leg, I'll probably be more aggressive in terms of picking the rest of the legs. But what I mean aggressive is not necessarily picking more horses, which is a possibility, but I'm going to pick also some long shots in terms of the rest of the legs. But one of the first horses I'm going to pick is actually the favorite. It's Night Proof, and Night Proof is by Idiot Proof, a son of Benchmark, and this is a direct descendant of Aladar. And I noted right here, this is a grass race in a mile at Golden Gate Fields, and he's undefeated at turf, and hence he's 9-5. So he's the first horse I'm going to pick in my second leg of the Golden Hour Pick 4. The second horse I'm going to pick is Upstart Yankee, and I've noted that 3 of his last 4 Golden Gate Field turf, he's been running second, so he's never finished first. However, with his race record and has an affinity of Golden Gate Fields, even though he hasn't won, the fact that he's ran 3 times out of 4 starts, second 3 times out of 4 starts, it has him in contention of winning this race. That's why I plan to pick him. And at 6-1, that's a pretty good value on this horse. On the second leg of the Golden Hour Pick 4, I'm going to just pick 3 horses. I thought about picking number 8, Sugar Beats, because the last race he did win at Golden Gate Fields, but that was on synthetic, and this is a grass race. And even though some horses on synthetic ran well in grass, at 7-2, I'm gonna lean away from him. But the third horse I'm planning to pick is going to be the number 6, Macho Chrome. This could be a pretty good long shot on this bet. Granted, this horse right now is 6-1 morning lines. I mentioned about pedigree in the previous first leg. In this second leg, the sire California Chrome was horse of the year, but he also won a turf race at Hollywood Park, and it was a Grade 1 Hollywood Derby. And that was the race that actually propelled him to be horse of the year during his 3-year-old year. So when you look at the fact that his sire is by California Chrome, and look at his performances, he's actually did pretty well in Golden Gate Field turf. These were last year, around May and June. He won, and then he got second. And then he didn't do well in his next start. And this past May was about 3 weeks ago, I would say, it was his first start of the year. However, that first start of the year was actually, if you look at it, it was almost a year ago, maybe. So, granted, he didn't run that well, ran only 7th, but I believe that's like the first start of the year. I think he needed to get his legs stretched out. So, I'm playing him in my second leg of the Golden Hour Pick 4. The third leg of the Golden Hour Pick 4 is race 10, which is it's the Daytona Stakes. It's a Grade 3 race, and it's actually a sprint race, a turf race at Santa Anita. So one of the things I always try to pick is sometimes jockey, and Dettori is actually on this jockey on the first number 1 horse. What makes Sammy run? I would normally select a horse ridden by Dettori, but this case I won't. Even though this horse actually finished second last year, the last race it ran was in June. It's almost a year ago. So I think could be, even though I thought about picking him because his last workout, he had the best of the 17 workouts that day. So I thought about picking him, but I decided to leave him out. Um, but this race intrigues me because there's two horses in this race. And actually, these two horses ran in Golden Gate Fields in the San Francisco Mile. I made a videotape about the San Francisco Mile, and it was the last graded stakes race that'll be run at Golden Gate Fields. And when I handicapped the race, I picked four horses. In fact, I ended up getting the superfecta box on this race. In addition, I also got the exacta box. So Air Force Red was actually my across the board bet for the um, San Francisco Mile. He ended up finishing second. So, but the horse that he finished ahead of, and I underline, is Balnikov. Balnikov won the Derby party on Preakness Day, and I also made a video about Balnikov regarding on the for the dinner party for the Preakness Stakes on the Preakness Stakes Day, and I put him across the board, and he won. So I was elated when he won, and I'm a big believer in terms of the quality of horses that you've ran in the past in terms of when it comes to stakes races. The fact that Air Force Red beat Balnikov, who won the dinner party on Preakness Day, is one of the horses that is one of the four horses I'm going to pick in this race. The other horse I mentioned about running in Golden Gate Fields was Astronomer. He actually ran in the same race with Air Force Red and Balnikov in the San Francisco Mile Stakes, and he actually finished fourth. And the reason I had Astronomer and Air Force Red in my superfecta box was because they have the same sire, Air Force Blue. So the only concern about this horse is, as this race is a 6.5 furlong sprint, he's a miler. So I don't know if he has enough sort of speed to catch up to be in the beginning. However, in the San Francisco Mile, he was pretty close up to the lead. So I don't know in terms of, let's say, if he could get there in first. But because given the last race he ran and he finished behind Balnikov, and also Air Force Red is why he's my second horse I'm going to pick in the Golden Hour pick 4. The third horse I'm going to pick is the number 4 horse, First Piece. And I noted right here, he's ran 8 times at the Santa Anita Turf and has finished in the money first or second in 8 of those Santa Anita Turf races. So with the same jockey that he's been ridden, Mike Smith, Hall of Famer, and given his affinity for Santa Anita Turf, he's the third horse I'm going to pick in the second leg on this third leg of the Golden Hour pick 4. In the Golden Hour pick 4, usually in my third leg, I always get 4 horses because I always feel like any pick 4 races, it's the third race that gets to me. So my fourth horse that I'm going to pick in this third leg is going to be the 10th horse, Almendares. It was between him or the number 1 horse. And I was leaning toward the number 1 horse because of the jockey Frankie Dettori, and one reason was because of the workout. If you look at this horse, number 10, similar to in terms of the number 1 horse, he's running in a long layoff. But I noticed, like, when you look at his workouts have been extremely solid. His last workout, he actually finished first. Had the fastest time out of 12. Other workout he had the 4th fastest out of the 17th. The third one he had the 2nd out of the 9th, 2nd fastest out of the 9th workout. And in one of the workouts in April 19, he had the fastest out of the 9 workouts. So this is my reason why I'm picking him as the fourth horse in the third leg. And in addition, right now he's 9-2 as the morning line favorite. The fourth leg of the Golden Hour Pick Four is race 8 at Golden Gate Fields, and this leg I'm picking four horses. So the first horse I'm going to pick is the number one, So Brooklyn. I've underlined his form at Golden Gate Fields. He's actually out of 18 Golden Gate Field starts, he ran in the money of 8 of them. So he's so about almost half the time he's finished at least first, second, or third. That's why he's one of the horses I'm going to pick. One of the 3 horses I'm going to pick in this fourth leg of the Golden Hour Pick Four. The second horse I'm going to pick is actually going to be the favorite, Bobby's Genie, and I underline the sire Stallion, Stanford. I'm a Cal alum and a proud Cal alum, but I know like for Stanford as the Stallion, he's done really well as sort of as a sire in terms of short distance races. He doesn't produce great stake winners, but in terms of horses who run in California in short races, when I'm talking about short races, I'm usually about a mile or short. He's done pretty well. So this horse actually has this is a claiming race, so this is not a stakes race or an allowance race. So the horses that you're going to see here are not going to be are going to be like great race horses who could run in stakes races. So I noted that March of this year he actually won first. His last race, I think that could be a fluke. I mean, if you look at his buyer speed figures, he could have one bad race. She could have one bad race, and it was the last one. So if you throw out that race, this horse race is okay, solid, but given the type of field, this horse is not 9 to 5. This is the second horse I'm going to pick. And the third horse I'm going to pick, it was going to be between delivery number 4, Lion's Lair, or number 5, Balaker. Lion's Lair has the same sire as the favorite, Stanford, but I noticed the form. This horse, won its race 2 races ago, but its last race was in November, and this is a claiming race. And the form of this horse, who's only won 3 times with a long layoff, I don't think this horse is gonna finish in the top 3, or hence try to even have a chance to win it. That's why I decided not to pick this horse, and I ended up picking Bacalar. Bacalar. Sorry if I missed the pronunciation. Even though this last race it ran 4th, prior to that it actually won 2 races in a row at Golden Gate Fields. So that's why I'm picking Bacalar as my third horse in the final leg of the Golden Hour Pick 4. So when you total the number of horses that I am betting, I'm picking 2 in the first leg, 3 in the second leg, 4 in the third leg, and 3 in the last leg. With a $1 Golden Hour Pick 4 pick, that equates to $72. Had I picked one more horse in the first leg, that would be $108. Now, maybe insurance-wise, it'd probably be best to pick maybe another horse in the first leg. But given the fact that the favorite is huge, 3 to 5, my always fear is you could overbet on a pick 4 pick, where you could get all the winners, but you might end up being more money than you actually win. So if I lose $72, I lose $72. I'd rather lose $72 than lose $108. So that's why I'm only limiting to $72 for this Golden Hour Pick 4. Usually my range is either $81 or $108, but given that the favorite is huge on the first race, 3 to 5, I've decided just to just put only $72 for this Golden Hour Pick 4 bet. And this is going to be the like I said, this is the penultimate Golden Hour Pick 4. So I'll be there at Golden Gate Fields today. Actually, I'm going there not only to bet, but also to cash in my Mystic Dan ticket because I picked him as across the board for the Preakness Stakes. But yeah, so during this Memorial Weekend, I'm trying to enjoy the moment I can with Golden Gate Fields before it closes, and I hope everybody enjoys their vacation during this Memorial Weekend, and also give props to and salute to the veterans who serve this country. And I want to lastly say what I usually say in my bet when it comes to horse racing, and it reflects to my golden hour pick four of $72. You bet small to win big.